Have you ever wondered how nature works? A plant grows, it dies, and in the next season it grows again. How does this all happen? Well, this is all it takes, a seed. There are a million different types of plants in the nature and each with a unique seed. And today in this video we are going to talk about how seeds are formed and how can we make seeds in a permaculture farm for our agricultural crops. To understand seed, first let's look at the flowers. After all, this is where it all begins. The flowers are the reproductive organs of a plant, and in some plants there is a male and a female flower, while in other plants there is male and female gametes in the same flower. When we think of a flower, we first remember these colorful petals. But have you ever imagined why nature made them so colorful? Well, this is not for us, but this is for the insects to attract and help the flower pollinate. There are many harmful insects and beneficial insects as well, but it does not matter whether either they are harmful or beneficial, they all help in pollination, and this is how the insects help turn a flower into a fruit and a seed. So if we look at this flower, so outside there are few colorful petals which help attract the insects, and inside there is a male gamete and a female gamete. So always in a flower there are multiple male gametes, and female gametes there is only one. And for a seed to form from this flower, the pollen that is in the male gamete should reach to the top of the female gamete and travel all the way down through this tunnel and reach all the way to the bottom. So if you look here, the female gamete is taller than the male gametes. So naturally it's impossible for a pollen to reach to the top of the female gametes. And this is where we need the help of our very helpful insects, which hover around the flower and help transfer the pollen that is in the male gametes to the top of the female gamete. So this is our lettuce, and in this lettuce you can see in one stalk there are thousands of flowers, and inside each flower there are tens of seeds. So after pollination happens, the seeds are formed inside these small balls, and to check whether it's time to harvest or not, we take one bud out and then crack it open, and then we see now the seeds are still white. So when we check and we see that the seeds have turned black, we cut the stalk, and now it's time to dry them. And depending on the plants, in some plants the fruit and the seed is same. For example, in tomatoes, the fruit that we eat and the seed is a same part, and in lettuce we eat the leaves but the seed is different. And while making seed, the only thing that we need to take in concern is we have to harvest either the fruit or the seed when they are ripe. If we harvest when they are not ripe, the seed won't be of good quality. So after almost a week, we can see that this lettuce flower have opened up and the seeds inside have turned black, and now this is the time to harvest the seeds and dry them in the sun. The seeds need to dry in the sun for almost 10 hours, and when they are dry, the seed can be taken out easy. But if the volume is too much, we can beat it with a stick to extract the seeds from the bud. It is always a good idea to clean the seeds properly before storing them. So here at HASERA we use a simple practice of winnowing them. Now we have our seeds ready and we are ready to plant as well. This is a fresh tomato just picked up from the garden, fully ripe, and now we are going to make seed out of this. To make the seed, first we cut the tomato in small pieces and we take the bark out, the cover out. So after taking the bark out, we squeeze the tomatoes and separate the seeds from the pulp. Now you see the pulp is without seeds, and we throw this pulp without the seeds out and keep only the seeds inside the bowl. So after taking the pulp out, we pour the seeds with the jelly inside a big bowl with water, and we stir it so that all the jelly stick in the seed gets out in the water, and then finally we slowly drain it properly. After stirring properly and leaving it for a few minutes, the seed will deposit at the bottom, and we slowly drain the water out. And finally we leave the seeds out to dry in the sun for a few hours, and we'll be ready to plant again in few days. Seed is a very important part when it comes to organic farming, and we hope from this video you were able to have an idea on how to make your own seeds, and we hope that from now on you will be using your own organic seeds. Thank you for watching. Jai Permaculture.